All right, so I've seen a lot of people that are watching Eminence of the Shadow probably wondering how did the main character just so rapidly die in the end, and moreover, just how the first episode compares to the light novel since I got in the light novel and I've been reading it. So, the first thing I have to say off the bat is the whole first episode is not anywhere in the light novels. I don't know if it's in the manga. I haven't read the manga. I've been reading through the light novels. But the entire first episode is basically like a couple paragraphs talking about he trains to be the strongest. And it's different the way it's organized, too. He mentions the speech about not being able to beat a nuclear bomb and be able to actually fight. The actual whole spot after the credits is the part that is the first chapter, basically word for word. The entire part before that is entirely made up. There is nothing that ever mentions the girl that he saves. Stylish Thug Slayer is never in there, which was wild to me that none of this actually exists. This is entirely made up. Unless it comes out in the future and I don't know about it. But so far, for reading the first chapter, getting into the world where he's gotten the slime bodysuit basically up to where episode 2 kind of midway through starts, then none of this has happened yet, at least in the same order as nearly the show. But I wanted to talk about specifically the car incident of how he dies at the end because it's so rapid and I'm sure people have questions. So they mention in the light novel that he actually prefers, he does everything he can to get power, kind of as the show shows, but it all tells us that he goes around in the woods naked and does all kind of spiritual stuff. He even tied himself to a cross at one point. He's done like every religion. He actually specifically mentions that he's like headbutting a tree. Somehow he basically gives himself a concussion he talks about. And he's like, oh, this feeling, it feels like when I got a concussion, but obviously it's the magic. I'm getting the magic. And he walks naked to the street. It's nighttime by now. And he's walking out towards the street out of the woods, and he sees the lights of the car coming. But he thinks in his head, because he's so delusional, that this is the magic coming for me, obviously. And then as the car, he starts sprinting towards it. And as the car gets closer, he knows, oh, those are headlights. And then it just fucking slams into him. And he's still so arrogant in the show, his entire character, that he believes that that was the magic. And that the reason he reincarnated was because he actually unlocked the secret to magic through everything he did in real life. Not that it could have possibly have been anything else, which is a repeating phenomenon in this show as I've been reading through it. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. But yeah, I hope this answered some questions you guys might have had about the first episode. For people that watched it and wonder how the light novels or manga compared, maybe. Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!